Alright lads, welcome back to the channel. So today we're looking at a new proposed APHE change. Now, this is another way that I think Gaijin is trying to just shoot American mains in the back of the head, as I'll get on to in future. So basically changing the way that APHE shells work. Now, at game in a minute, the shells basically detonate in a spherical pattern, so the pressure basically just expands from the center outwards in all directions. In real life though, as you can see from this picture, the head of the shell basically stays intact and continues penetrating, similar to like a solid shot or a saber round works in War Thunder. So what do we mean by this? As you can see from this picture, kind of 20% of the fragmentation is going to go ahead, with the rest going basically to the sides. So this is kind of more of a demonstration. This is how it works currently now in War Thunder, where if you basically penetrate into the fighting compartment of an enemy tank, you're basically going to knock out enemies with this spherical blast radius. Now they're proposing to change it to be more directional. Basically, it's going to make it harder to kill enemies from a frontal aspect if it's got quite a big fighting compartment. So things like, I guess, the mouse, but it's not really, you don't really penetrate the mouse with APHE. Big tanks though, that have quite a big crew interior, it's going to be quite a lot harder to kill them frontally with a single shot. Now, critically, and the thing that I'm kind of annoyed about, we'll go to this first, is if you've ever played like 5.3 or 5.7 America, you'll know that shooting the cupola of Tigers and Panthers and basically a lot of the tanks, things like the IS-2 as well, it's quite hard to penetrate them with the 75mm gun on the Shermans. But as you can see, you can usually kill a Tiger with a single hit, or come close to killing them in a single hit with the current type of APHE splash damage. But if you look to the new one, you can see that basically the majority of the round is going to over penetrate the cupola, as the cap is going to go basically straight through the other side, and you're only going to get a small amount of fragmentation and overpressure coming down actually into the crew compartment. The thing that comes to mind straight away is that this is going to absolutely nuke the Sherman Jumbo, because the only thing that thing can do at 5.7 against many of the 6.7 and 6.0 German tanks is basically shooting the cupola. But as you can see, it's got a little dinky pop gun with 100mm of penetration at batter rating 5.7. Now you may be saying, well, I'd argue that this should be 5.3 where it would be perfect. But then you say, well, SAKO, it'd be overpowered because in a down tier to 4.3, not many tanks would be able to deal with it. You'd have to flank it and then penetrate its side like you should do with a heavy tank. And that's a fair argument. But then you have the King Tigers at 6.7, which granted, they do see missile things and heat effects, but if you're playing the Sherman Jumbo, you cannot do anything against stuff like this, as I have a kind of weird camouflage. I think it's from the esport things. I'm going a little bit off topic, I know. But basically, when German heavies are strong in a down tier, it's seen as fine because, well, you have to flank them. Even at point blank range, there is not a single thing you can do to take out a Tiger tank. I don't even think you can go through the thingy. Obviously from the side, it's an easy penetration for the ammunition bustle here, or it usually is. And still the side of the hull, it's not too bad either. So if you do flank and spank, it's great. It's a good tank. Well, if you do flank and spank, you can take them out. That's what I was supposed to say. But the American tanks just get dicked on again. Now, 5.3 America, it is very, very strong right now. Purely because you do not see 6.7 and all the German Tigers. 6.7 for Germany is very, very popular at the minute, so you kind of don't really get up tiers at all. 5.3 America, it's like being in the Garden of Eden. Everything's fun and nice. There's very little things that can give you a challenge to penetrate. But if you dare to go up to 5.7 and try to enjoy the Sherman Jumbo, it's like being in hell getting ripped by the devil. There's just no fun whatsoever. So I'm getting off topic massively, but 5.3 America, just skip straight to 7.0 with like the T29 and M46. Stuff with heat effects, because all these tanks, M26, you can't do anything against the big German Tigers. Don't even get me bloody started on, let me find it, this, not that one. this bloody thing. There is nothing you can do with a 75mm Sherman against this. Literally nothing. But yeah, kind of getting out of kind of getting a little off topic. But as I said, the main beneficiaries of this change, I guess, is going to be like the Tigers, as we saw in the, as I misclick. So the Tigers obviously have their traditional weak spot. I guess the Tiger H rather than the Tiger E because it got a smaller weak spot. But as you can see, you can shoot that there with the current Shermans and it does going to kill you in a single hit pretty much. There are some Soviet tanks as well, but it's mainly the Germans. The IS-1 as well, famously. You can shoot it here and kill the tank pretty easily. But yeah, the change in the way APHE works, to me, this just seems like a nerf to the Americans once again. They already have the worst guns by far in the entire of War Thunder, around the battle rating of 5.7 onwards until you get to 7.0. So I really don't know how Gaijin is going to balance this. Like, the German tanks are going to be incredibly well armored, and that they're basically just taking away the one weak spot of the German tanks at the minute, which has always been the cupolas as well. I'm not sure if you can actually go through the front of the Shermans, of the Panthers, man, sorry, with the 75mm. But anyway, it's just a quick little video to say, if you're an American main, get ready because there's a lot more pain coming. I've played literally every tank in the American tech tree, just editing and script writing. It's been absolute hell. So 5.3, then skip to 7.0. This is good. T29, obviously amazing. M46 Tiger, amazing. But 6.7 to 5.7 is literally just, I don't know how many, 9 rings of hell is there or something. It's absolutely insufferable. So anyway, lads, thank you very much for watching. Thank you to all my YouTube members, and I'll get back to some reviews very soon. I've not been massively in great health. I've been very busy as well. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.